Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday Night Live stream. And we got a packed house here tonight. So we're glad to have y'all with us. We've got two guests with us tonight. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday Night Live stream. And we got a packed house here tonight. So we're glad to have y'all with us. We've got two guests with us tonight. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday Night Live stream. And we got
That was me. My bad. Oops.
Go ahead, Chico.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection. I'm doing some stuff backstage on the back end, so I'm glad everyone is here. I can't see who all is here at the moment, actually a number, but we thank y'all for having or being here with us. And 25? Okay, that looks like 45 to me.
27.
27. Okay. But yeah, everyone, thanks for joining. And we want to welcome Leverguns 50. Dang it. And professional amateur. That is Bald and Curious if y'all not familiar with his channel. And as always, we have the lovely Sharonda with us and my brother Kyle. How's it going, Kyle? How you been, man?
Been good. Been hot. Georgia's warming up. Humidity's going through the roof, and we're just living every day, day by day. But it's great. I can still come home and have my dog right here next to me. Actually, I got my kids inside in the living room right now. So yeah, having a great time. What about you, there, Mr. Professional Amateur?
Just living the dream in a great state of New York. I had a tough week, but it's good. You know, the house I'm building finally almost done. We're closing on it in about a week, so it's gonna be somebody else's problem, and let's get to the next project.
Well, welcome in. And I want to tell Miss Sharonda that we really have missed her. Of course, she's been moving, so it's awful great to have her back, as well as having Bald and Curious with us tonight as well.
Thanks, Jamie. I missed you guys, like the fun cousins that come over in the summertime you get in trouble with, and they go home. You wait for the next summer.
That's exactly us. We will get you in trouble and then run.
I'm loving watching everybody's gardening videos. I got peppers about to come in and that kind of stuff. I know Chico's got a hell of a garden going.
I got peppers already, banana peppers, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And Georgia Boy is putting out gardening videos. So is Preacher. I just love it. I love it. Mr. Leverguns 50, what's up?
I'm gonna come right back. I can't hear nobody.
He's been having issues since we started trying to go live. So, and like I'll tell y'all, like I told him, it's a miracle that any of us can get on the internet with all the traffic that's going on and everything like that. That everybody's working from home and. Well, y'all know the state of the world. It's crazy, man. The world is going crazy. And I don't know. I'm just glad to have y'all here with us. I'm glad we've got company tonight. And I'm just thankful as I can be that we're all able to decompress, as I wrote in the description. There's Thorzax and Cranky, Paul Lloyd.
It's going to be a good evening. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Too.
We're having technical difficulties, but I can feel it. It's going to be a great evening.
Bald and Curious, I want to tell you something, man. You got to watch that dude right there, Paul Lloyd. This guy right here. He knows a good bit about reloading, but he's funny as a day is long. But he's got kind of a dry sense of humor, though, so you got to kind of watch. But man, he'll have me laughing so bad it ain't even funny.
It kind of sucks that I can't just go straight to his channel like I used to. Now gonna have to remember him and Google it.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you that they took away that option, which sucked. I don't know. You know, I got some ideas of why they did. But you know, YouTube is ever changing. We know that.
Yeah, and Thorzak's ain't wrong over there in the side chat. Seattle is gone absolutely nuts.
Yeah, don't get me started on that because I almost had a freaking fit.
We try not to talk about that kind of stuff, but that deserves an honorable mention.
Yeah, I didn't tell Bob the rules. We got 3 rules, and we try to abide by them. A lot of times we don't. We try not to talk about politics. We talk about shooting and reloading. Sometimes politics is overwhelming, and you can't take a breath of air without talking about it. And we try not to take the Lord's name in vain, and we try to not say F-bombs, but like I said, sometimes you get carried away. What can I tell you?
I'm usually the culprit.
I got you. Well, let's talk about shooting. I'm going to 1,000-yard range next Friday. With the COVID and all the crap going on, you actually have to call ahead and make an appointment. So the local place I'm shooting, we only have 600. So I was finally actually did a little video. Got to put it up. I was finally able to dial up my 6.5. I got the velocity, so I got everything in the tree lock figured out, and I was hitting like really 1.5 MOA targets at 600 yards. So that's those suckers are tiny. So we're gonna bring that to 1,000. See what's gonna happen. But I'm still kind of pissed on because my standard deviation, the best I got was about 9, so it's still kind of high, and usually it's in the teens, like 12, 13. I gotta invest in a better trickler. That Hornady trickler I have, I was loading today, and I noticed that I'm loading 42 grains or 4350, and I would watch it and it would go like 40, 41.8. You know, then we'll go 40, 42.1, and then we'll jump back to 42. So I think there's a that's what the problem is. The loads are not 100% consistent.
What kind of scale are you using?
I'm using a Hornady trickler, powder trickler. Hornady made.
Yeah.
But this one was fairly inexpensive, so I got to invest in something better.
Yeah.
If I'm loading precision rifle rounds, I'll check it on 2 or 3 different scales. And I'll also put check weights on those scales to make sure that they're telling me the truth. Because 1/10 of a grain does matter.
Yep.
There you go. There's your link to Bald and Curious.
So Bald, I'm sorry, Jamie. I apologize. Is your ranges just now opening?
Well, this one, the 1,000 yards, just open because it's basically public range. It's privately owned though. But the other range that I shoot at the club, I'm a member of the club, so that never shut down. And my neighbor, where I do all my pistol shooting, that never shut down either. So the public range, like official public ranges, those were closed.
Yeah, I went to my range that I'm a member of, and it's a public range, but they're only letting members shoot. So a lot of people just been going there to join, but that was my first time ever having to wait. So it's a little not frustrating, but that's my first time I ever had to wait. So I'm kind of like, oh man. But our ranges down here are pretty much open.
Yeah, considering I'm living in really gun unfriendly state, I'm blessed because the country the county I live in is really pro gun. The sheriff's pro gun. My neighbor has 80 acres. You know, I have a 200-yard range over there, pistol range, and if I really want to stretch it to 1,000, he actually owns another big quarry, 500 acres. You know, about 10 minutes north, and I can go there on the weekends and set it up if I want to shoot 1,000 yards over there.
Now, the rock quarry, well, that's what it looks like. Where you normally shoot at, is that a public range or that's just like a shooting?
No, that's a private property. It's just I made it into a shooting range. It actually used to be a limestone quarry.
Okay, because I know I see that a lot in your videos, and you're shooting pistol there, but it still look like a pretty cool place to shoot, especially if it's private.
Oh yeah, he pretty much lets me do whatever I want. So in exchange, I provide the security for his for his land.
Yeah, Chico, I gotta see if I can get with you. We're going down to the shooting property the weekend of the 25th of July. If you can get away,
I definitely want to go. Yeah,
you're more than welcome. And we got about 800 acres to play around on.
So we got Leverguns 50 back, and I can see him moving and everything now. Can you hear us, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, one of the reasons that I invited you on, and of course you're always welcome, but one of the viewers wanted to do kind of like a history corner about the 5110. And I thought, well, who can tell us more about the 5110? What's the official name of that cartridge? Is it Winchester Centerfire?
Yes, it's the 5110, also known as the 5100 with the 450 grain bullet. Kind of like the 4570, it's 45 caliber, 70 grains of powder. But then in the other calibers, they have also including the type of bullet, like a 450 grain bullet, you only get 100 grains of powder behind it. So they drop the name down to 5100 on that. Okay. But the actual scales on the back, it says 5110. So that's what I go with.
That's cool, man. Bob, can you hear him okay? Do you know?
Yeah, I can, a little low, but I can hear him.
And this is shot out of a Winchester. What model?
Well, it originally, Winchester brought it out in their 1886 Winchester, but they also made it in their 1885 single shot.
Okay. And I got that dummy round you sent me somewhere. Y'all go ahead and be talking about it, and I'll see if I can put my hand on it. So go ahead and tell us about when it came out and how it was marketed and that kind of stuff.
Well, it originally came out shortly after the 1886 come out because it came out originally in 4570, 4590, and there was another caliber, 38. I think it was 4082 or 4083, something like that. Oddball caliber, but shortly after that, it come out in the 5110. Then about 1905 or something, it come out in the 5100. So originally, the 5110 was a 300 grain bullet doing about 1650 feet a second. So it wasn't super fast, but about when smokeless powder started coming out, they had some higher velocities doing, I think the 300 grain bullet was doing 2,200 FPS.
I'm a prime example of short, fat, and slow sometimes gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me blow my picture up right here for a minute. Okay. This is a 5110 cartridge.
Holy
and Leverguns, what grain bullet is that? You can see what bulge is down. It comes down about right there.
God almighty.
300 grain bullet, I believe, on that one.
And that's a jacketed soft point.
Yeah.
Y'all
And that's
see.
pretty much originally what it come out with.
And to give you some perspective, this is the 5110. This is a 30-06. You can see the 30-06 is a little bit longer. but look at the difference this way.
God almighty.
It's 510 caliber actually, same as the 50 BMG.
510.
Wiggly wiggly.
No, right? So that's a .510 diameter bullet.
Yes, and when you do lead bullets, you use 512.
So was that a snub nose pistol that you're shooting that out of?
I think actually the BFR actually come out in it at one point. Any of y'all seen Turnbull's restoration? You know, they make that caliber.
They make the cartridge or the gun?
They make the gun.
Oh,
I'd love to see somebody shoot that out of a Derringer. Hell, I just want to be in the bleachers and watch. Oh Lord, Texican, you're just too damn funny.
Yeah, it was originally offered by Winchester, but they're not offering it anymore. The only one that makes it right now is Turnbull.
and it's in a Winchester Levergun clone kind of thing.
The 1886, because the Marlin, the new Marlin 1895 is too short of action. The original 1895 had the longer action and could, you know, shoot the cartridge, not necessarily the pressures.
I imagine that's got some pressure. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean, some of these loads are going to be close to 50,000 psi.
I'm telling you, that is a mean looking round.
That's a 5110 right through a 32.
God, that looks brutal.
Google it and take a look at it.
I really wouldn't want to get hit by it. Oh my goodness.
I won't get hit by none of them, but
I mean that'll take limbs clean off. Wow.
so what have you hunted with that round, Jeremy?
I shot a 500-pound wild boar with it.
And I reckon it dropped in it.
Oh yeah, and I actually didn't hit it like right where you're supposed to, because never shot boar before. I actually aimed right at the shoulder, and if you know anything about hog anatomy, that's actually in front of the lungs, and it still dropped it dead in its tracks.
Wow.
Yeah, I shot my first turkey the other day. I scared everybody in the frozen food section.
That's like getting hit with a damn VW microbus.
Well, you can basically get the same round in the AR-15. You can get a 50 Baybolt. That'll be about 1,800 feet per second, 300 grain bullet.
This one will shoot 2830 with a 300 grain bullet.
Say that again.
This will shoot 2,830 feet a second with a 300
Oh, okay.
grain bullet.
That's a different story.
Whoa, Nelly.
That's a very impressive round you had there, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I don't know what that sound is, but
Oh, somebody typing.
That's what it sounds like. I thought it was on my end.
That is an amazingly impressive round. I see all
Did y'all
kinds
see the
of
video of me shooting body on?
I see all kinds of people shooting oddball calibers, and I'm intrigued with it. Not saying that that's an oddball caliber. It's kind of not, but it kind of is. But
It is great.
you know, a lot of people are going way into a whole lot of detail about something that most people aren't going to shoot.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that cartridge, Duranda?
Yeah, I and Google it since you can't show on YouTube Live. Yeah,
You found your
I think your robot is bad, dude. There's our man Chico back.
He had to step away. He had to go to the varsity for a minute. And I'm about to say he's still frozen because he's not laughing.
Yeah, something's really messed up with the sound.
Like
we
I
got
told you, Jamie, we're going to have one of them nights.
Yeah, we knew that one was.
10 man, I do not use a straw, sir.
So the easiest way to find out whose microphone is that is everybody mute one at a time and just come on.
I'm gonna move to a better location. Maybe I have better signal. Y'all are breaking up something bad.
Yeah, you're doing really good.
It's Leverguns. That's who's doing it. What
It
are you
happens.
doing? Are you mashing bubble wrap? What the hell are you doing?
We're gonna try Duranda again.
I think it's the way he holds his phone, and he's probably rubbing the microphone when he holds it.
That's what the sound is right there. You could tell it was you because you kept hearing the crackle and everything, and your little avatar was pulsating.
Duranda's just got the circle thing going on.
Yeah, I told you it's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah. But, you know, that's why I tell y'all a wired connection works better, works the best. But, yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around a 5110 compared to a 3030 Winchester.
Oh, yeah. This is just Jesus. It's like getting shot with a damn Volkswagen. And
that 3030, that bullet is cramped at the lube groove. It won't even chamber in my gun. So that turned out to be a.
Let me have it.
Yeah, we're having a tough time tonight, guys. So thank y'all for bearing with us, and we'll get it figured out as we go along, I hope. So, Chico, how's your week been, man?
Hot and humid. So you guys know down here our weather's always extreme. It's either extreme hot, extreme cold. Humid's always on both ends.
We get a week
humid, hot and humid.
A week of fall. We get 1 week.
Yeah, fall. I like fall, but hot and humid, freezing and humid. So it just. But other than that, I went to the range yesterday and I was trying out some lows. I load up like some 147 Acme's, which that's not my preferred or my go-to round, but I wanted to try them out because a month ago when everybody was going crazy buying stuff, my 124s were out. So I did the 147s. I like the 147s, but
all right, you're talking 9 mil?
Yes, with 9 millimeters. So and I'm always going through the main thing that I use almost always for my is tight group because it's cheap, it's readily available, it's everywhere. Or not cheap, it's cheaper.
Well,
And
it's a very low charge.
Correct. So you got a small amount of room. But and believe it or not, as much as I've been loading, guess what? I just finished it. But you guys know I load a lot of different powders and I try stuff, but this is always like the go back. So I've got other stuff I need to try. But I didn't care for the 147s with the charge that I came to, so I just want to try it out. But then again, the Rangers pack, I might have been a little frustrated, and that affects accuracy and all that, because they were setting limits on the time, so the range time. So I was like, "You rushing me? Okay."
So
what gun you shooting out of?
Nah, CZP07.
Oh, PL7. Why you don't like 147 gram bullets? A small gun like that, they're gonna shoot a lot better than 124.
Yeah, they shoot. You know what? They shoot. It seemed like they were softer. Well, it don't seem like they were a little softer to me. But I think I just need to change my charge up a little bit and try some other powders. That's a very 9mm is a versatile reloaded round. It's so many powders that can blend with that. But
what charge were you using?
I was at when I first did some ladder loads, I did 2.8, 3.0, and 3.2. I think I did some 3.4s, and I came back and loaded up a whole bunch of 3.0s. I loaded up about 200 3 grains, but I think I need to go up about 2/10. So I need to be like 3.2 to 3.4. I think 3.6 is the max.
You're shooting out of the 4.5 4-inch barrel, so that my 5-inch barrel I use 3.2 of tight groups on the 147, either Acme's or Blue Bullets, or right now I'm on a Galant Bullets, and that gives me about 130 power factor. So that's right around 900 feet per second. And I tried the 165s. A friend of mine, he swore by them, and they are nice, but I found out that at that velocity, at low velocity, they were just inaccurate. They were all over the place. At 147s, it's just for me, it's a magic load. I got a bunch of 124s. I'm all out of 147s, so I got 124s. I'm loading those just for the practice. But shooting those, I can tell right away they're a little snappier. And you can feel it, especially in a small gun like that. When you take like my X5 Legion, 43-ounce gun, then you can still feel it even in a heavy gun.
Mm-hmm.
Now the X5 Legion, is that the P320 Legion?
Yeah.
Guy yesterday at the range, he was. I seen him there last time, and he was asking me about reloading because he said, "Man, you reload your own ammo?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he was like, "Man, how I get in contact with you? Because I'm thinking about doing that." So I told him, I said, "I got a YouTube channel, Instagram," and I seen him yesterday, and he had one of those Legions, and he was like, "Check this out!" And it had the red dot on it, and I was like, "That's a nice gun." So he's we talked for a while, but I think he was shooting 147s, but he was saying. He was like, "Man, I need to get in reloading because I want to get in the 3-gun." I was like, "Yeah." I said, a couple of my buddies on YouTube, a lot of them do 3-gun, and all of them are reloaders. So I was like, "You're not gonna." Well, depending on how big your pocketbook is, you know what I mean. You may not want to reload, but I said it's so much better. So, but that's a nice gun, man.
Yeah, I just got a guy into reloading, and into competition shooting. He couldn't find bullets, he couldn't find primers, so I gave him his first 1,000 primers and bullets. He goes, "You have no more excuses. Start loading."
Yeah. So, but the 147s, I like them. I just want to try out some different. I want to try out some different seeding depths and stuff like that because I also use quick loads. Are you familiar with that, Bowden Cures?
Wow, sorry, I was reading comments. Which powder?
Are you familiar with quick loads, the reloading software?
No, I just use my manual. If not, I just go on the manufacturer's website.
Right. Yeah. I use my hard manuals, my hard my paper copies, and sometimes I'll use internet Hodgin site or whatever, but it's a program called Quick Loads. You can actually change the seating depth and it'll give you a educated guess on about your pressure and your velocity. So I use a whole bunch of different references like every reloader should, not just one reference, so but the 147s, I'm gonna try them out with some different powders, but I did hear that about the power
as well. I mean, usually like my 9mm press, once it's set up, I don't change the damn thing unless I change the powder, then I just keep it same. Because most of the bullets that I use, doesn't matter if they're blue bullets, if they're Galant or they Acme, they're gonna be all round nose bullets, so it's gonna be just about the same shape. So I'm not stressing over the overall length. Only time I had to play with the overall length was back when I was shooting CZs, like 75. They had a shorter throat, so you had to mess with that a little bit unless you ream it. But I never really saw like a whole lot of difference in a pistol cartridge, unless you make it really short and really long. But a couple thousands didn't really make a whole lot of difference. The bullet, as far as the accuracy, the bullet makes most difference. I mean, if you use like extreme bullets, they cheap, but there's a reason they cheap, because they're gonna be all over the place. You're not gonna get the same accuracy out of them as you're gonna get out of blue bullets, for example.
So
go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
I shoot a CZ75, and they are picky to load for. So I can load for that CZ75, and I'm assuming Chico's 07 is pretty much the same way. But if I load it for that CZ, I can shoot it in any of the rest of my 9mm.
Yep,
that's correct.
And the nicest CZ I've ever, the nicest 9mm that I've ever shot was Scotsman's Shadow 2.
Well,
So,
you obviously never shot a Grand Power, so.
Obviously. No, I don't get out much, man. I've only shot a Glock once, so.
It's all about Grand Power. Grand Power.
Don't be hating. You know you like it.
I'm still pissed that you wouldn't sell me that gun.
Which one, the Grand Power?
No, it's CZ75.
Oh.
I told him, I said, what are the chances of you leaving Georgia with this gun? He said, pretty good.
So, Leverguns, do you do anything with 9mm? I've seen you shoot quite a few pistols on your channel.
Who, me?
Yes, I shoot.
Leverguns.
I've shot 9mm quite a bit.
I thought so. Do you reload for it?
Not yet. I haven't been reloading for it because it's relatively cheap to buy.
It is cheap to buy, and that's a lot of people say that when I ask them about 223 and 9mm. Of course, none of us reload 22, so. Chris, mine does too once I get the bullet seating depth right. But mine's relatively new. It hadn't been shot much at all. So, Scotsman, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. Sorry I missed the beginning there. Take a quick nap. Getting old.
So,
Getting old. You're a kid.
Don't let him lie to you. He's getting nervous.
Getting old.
oh,
How old are you? What are you, 25, 30?
Dude, I'm way past 30.
Or what, like 30 and a half?
Yeah, about to say 31.
I'm almost 40, man. I'm getting there.
Well, I'm almost 50. That doesn't mean I'm 50.
Yeah, well, you're a little older than me. Congratulations. I'm still old.
Yeah.
well, I'm almost 60. So,
You win.
there's bacon. I don't shoot near as much 9mm as I ought to, and I probably don't shoot as much as Chico does.
I shoot tons of 9.
Yeah, same here. I go through at least 15,000 nines a year.
I'm taking 2,000 with me down to the shooting property. We go through a lot of 9mm.
Look at this. I'm talking about Preacher's Day Off gets in here and automatically starts bragging about his fishing. So I'm glad you had a good time, buddy. And
Nothing like ripping fish lips off.
And I'm sure that he's like my pastor. They ain't gonna lie to you unless it's absolutely necessary. So yeah. Thorzak is almost 60. JCM's pushing 70. Texarkana, thank you. What did I do, man?
You just being you, Jamie.
Oh man. I know.
I agree with Bacon. There's a lot of 44 and 45 options too. I'm going to take my 45 long colt. I'm going to take a couple of different 45 ACPs. I'm going to take my 2 44s that I own. I just really enjoy shooting, but I am going to go through a lot of 9mm. So it's a good thing I reloaded.
Yeah, I mean, average trip for me is going to be 400 to 500 rounds every trip. Just in 9. That's nothing.
Yeah,
it's just 9.
We're going down to the woods for the weekend, so it's going to be an ammo can full.
Yeah, well, every time I go out, even if it's just a short day, it's 250, 300 rounds, and now I have another new shooting buddy that is itching to get into the sport. So every weekend, at least once a week, he tries to get up here, and we run the stage I build, we rearrange it and mess around. So
yeah, you'll blow through 200 or 300 rounds right then.
Yeah, it's easy.
How's he doing, man? I know he's excited to shoot with you. How's he doing?
He's getting there. He's reloading. That's the key, because he was running out of ammo. So that was the key that got him in it. And I got him started. Told him don't worry about the speed. Just stay safe. Don't worry about going nuts like me. Just stay safe. Get your hits. But every week he gets a little more. So you can see he's getting better.
So we need to say happy birthday to GGW, because he'll turn 63 before we get back together next Friday. So happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Everybody's telling us how old they are.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, let me go fix myself a drink for his birthday. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead, man. We'll be here when you get back.
Hey, you know what? If I can say, I know. So, like, when I first got into reloading, a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, I've heard a lot. They was like, don't, 9mm, it's so cheap that you can buy it, cheaper than you can reload it. And at the time, that may have been true. But let me tell you, recently, you can't find a lot of stuff. And your mileage may vary wherever state you are in. But I recently just checked, like, some main websites that I normally check to find out who has it and what's the price of it. And the cheapest I found it was 27 cents a round, but you got to buy 500 of them. So, and that's 9mm. That's from Brownells. So that's $135. So, I've had people say, hey, it don't make sense to reload it. Like I said, your mileage may vary. That's personal preference, but I didn't want to be, because that is that's the main caliber that I carry, I didn't want to be without that ammo as far as training, shooting, or even carrying for that matter. So, and obviously it's been like that the last 3 months, sort of ish. But it used to be like 13 cents a round. Now it's like 30 cents a round. So
I like the way you put that, ish.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a benefit for me.
Well, Chico, thanks for uncovering your face, man.
No problem. I was having some issues over here. I was swirling. I was doing a swirl or something. I don't know.
Man, it's crazy tonight, man. It's crazy. So yeah,
What is
We
it?
got, I know Levergun shoots some 45 Colt. I know Kyle's got a 45 Colt. If I get into something different beside 38 and 357, yeah, it might be 45 Colt or it may be 44 Magnum. I'm not going to do both. I'm going to pick one and go with it.
44, man. You'll never look back.
There you go. But there was a long time in this country where 45 Colt was the most powerful handgun there was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that the 44 will be a little bit more versatile for you.
It probably will. I can hunt with that.
All right, I got the puppy dog fed, but I was just informed that I might need to go check the mailbox. I don't know why.
Oh boy.
It's a mail call.
We might have a live mail call.
Good 45 Colt bullet. Where is it? It might be on the back porch because I was using it the other day, but it might be in here. I don't know. Hang on. Stand by. And actually, there it is. This is well, I guess I need to turn my camera back on, don't I? Okay. All right. This is a Lee mold sent to me by Bigger Behind the Trigger. It is a Lee 452 160. It's a nice little stubby bullet. It works great in the 45 long Colt.
Show us again, man.
Oh, okay. You blew me up. All right. It's a nice little stubby bullet. It's great for powder coating. It does have lube grooves, but you don't need them. It works awesome in the 45 long Colt. My Ruger Vaquero just eats them up. Loves them. And Bigger Behind the Trigger sent me this mold because he tried to use it in 45 auto and it didn't work. So he sent me this mold along with another special gift. You'll have to go back through my videos to figure out what it was.
Check it out. We helped Jason out, man. Always glad to help a brother.
Speaking of 45 long Colt, does anybody have a Schofield top-break revolver?
Funny you should bring that up. Me and Scotsman, I think both of us have been coveting one of those for a long time.
Y'all been toying with it for a minute.
Yeah, that's a fine handgun.
Like I know Ruger Vaquero, that's a good single action, but I like different guns. I don't like mainstream crap. I like something different.
Well, if you can find a Schofield, particularly an original one, and that's kind of like what I mean. I don't have that kind of money, but
yeah, I don't have that kind of money. I would get like a replica.
You can find the replicas for under $1,000.
Yeah, I know, but still, grand for the revolver. I'm just gonna shoot here and there.
Yeah,
then I'm gonna get a lever gun and another shotgun and a freaking cowboy hat, and I'm gonna go to cowboy shooting.
that's fun, man.
We
gotta
can
load
pick up
everything
that.
up.
That's easy, man.
I would love to do that. You load everything up with black powder and take it home and scrub it with hot soapy water when you get done and all that crap. So if I may be so bold, Chico, we're late. You need to do that thing you do, brother.
Sure. Let me pull up my other screen if it wants to act right. Let's see.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go on a road trip to the mailbox.
All right, let's see what we got. Come on, all chat participants. I'm not on mute, am I? Okay, because that would suck if I was on mute and call out all these names. Oops, other screen, sorry. So participants list. Very first one says Bald and Curious, Big Al, Chris 338, Cranky Cletus, GGW Reloading, Jason Stewart, JCM 45, Jerry 1911, Kyle Luss, Leverguns 50, Loads of Bacon, Paul Loud, Preacher's Day Off. We got Rollis is out there, Tex I Can, Thor's Axe, and I've gotta flip the script right quick and go to live chat. There we go. There's plenty of y'all out there. I see 37, but my YouTube be playing around. So Big Al, Thor's X, Rollis, sorry. Leverguns 50, JCM 45, Jason Stewart, GGW Reload, and Preacher's Day Off, Chris 338, Loads of Bacon, Paul Loud, Andy 79, Z28, MCK, Floyd Hicks, Russ Brumbelow, Mario Molson's out there, Broke Loaders out there, Larry Palmer, Edward Petty as always, American Reloader, and that is I know it's more y'all out there, but that is all that YouTube gave me when I did a refresh. So everyone, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Definitely, we have some we didn't have any topics, sort of. We did, but we didn't. But if you do have any questions, because sometimes the side chat gets filled with a lot of topics, if you throw out like a hammer or something that stands out, and we can answer those questions or address those questions if they come about. So we really appreciate all y'all for being here. And we lost our unicorn, but that's okay.
We got a question on the table, Chico, from Big Al. He's wanting to know about the FNX 45 Tactical. And we also got an announcement from Scotsman. You want to go ahead and say it out loud, brother?
I guess so. Everyone's been bugging me about it. I swear in Monday. So first thing bright and early Monday morning, I swear in.
It's awesome.
It's about time.
It's about time. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I got to go through some of the stupid COVID restriction stuff, so I can't have anyone with me, but I will see if I can try and video it.
That's cool.
That'd be really cool.
Hey, I appreciate it, Bacon. Here's my utility bill. Thanks.
Well, good luck.
I'm just kidding. I got something here. Let's see what we got here. I got me a bacon man.
Hold on, let's blow it up.
Thanks, Bacon. I appreciate that. I got me my
while
own
Kyle's doing that, I think I can answer Andy 79 Z28.
That's awesome, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay, what's Andy's question?
I think he had two questions. At first, he said, "Who's taller, me or Uncle Jim?" And I think Uncle Jim's taller than me. I think I asked him that time. From the videos, it looked like he's my height. And his other question was, have I loaded any of those zinc bullets yet? I have not, because I've been looking at load data trying to figure it out. But I believe they told me I'm gonna have to load it to 8 of the bullet. Not because there's not gonna be load data that's readily available out there for zinc bullets.
Yeah, you're going to have to do some figuring
So
on.
I'm working on it, on the zinc stuff. Make sure I don't hurt myself, sort of.
So we lost Leverguns again.
Come on, Big Al. Don't be mean to Chico.
Preacher's
like
Day
that.
off too. I don't know if
Did you see what Big Al wrote?
I did.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Big Al's
Chico,
good
Chico
dude.
can't be that short. He's just discovered he's shorter.
I did. My chat is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, now, yeah, me and Rick and I seen him from afar because we was like the two shortest people. And I was like, he's my damn height. I gotta go meet this dude.
Both of those guys right there, both Rick and Chico, got to use a booster seat. They're so small.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
Rick,
Yeah,
flying by wall.
is Rick here?
Nah, he's
Oh,
down in
Rick-
Florida.
Rick's probably live.
No,
Yeah, he's probably somewhere live. Yeah.
he's in Florida because they're shooting Triga Nationals tomorrow.
Hell, Rick had to get a damn camera set up to be able to see if there was powder in his damn cases. What the hell?
No problem, Leverguns. We thank you for having on, bro. But you know what? I don't think it's just him. I think it's internet as a whole because I'm having problems and Sharinda was having problems. So, or I was having.
Cranky, that's funny. First you have Seattle, now they let the Scotsman in. This week is just too much for me to handle. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, big. Carter's gonna be taller though, definitely than me. He will be.
I think he probably will.
He's trying to catch me now already.
Well, hell, my kids are like 6'6", dude. I mean, damn.
Yeah, that's what my kid is. My kid's 6'5". I'm 6'3", he's 6'5". Even my 15-year-old daughter is like 6 feet tall. My wife's the smallest one in the family.
Hey, Jamie.
Their mom's like 5'10", 5'11" depending on what shoes she's wearing. And hell, they're both of them are like 6'6". I'm like, where'd that shit come from?
Night Preacher. Jamie, can you put up G Pensioner's comment for a hot second? So G Pensioner, I hope I'm saying that right. There is a Discord chat. It is on the Reloaders Network. So a lot of the same people out here over there in the side chat, you can get over there and use Discord server. And it's live always. You know, it's like in real time. So a lot of us utilize that server for the knowledge and other stuff that's in there. Buy, sell, trade deals. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of good stuff over there. Thank you, Jamie.
What the hell is a Discord?
So Discord is like a chat server, so to speak. But it's in real time. And I think it originally, and don't get me wrong, I may be wrong. It originally started for like a lot of gamers, so you could be on a chat where you don't have to actually be looking at it, just like you're looking at the side chat. But if someone has a question, you know, if they say, "Hey, Ball, what kind of range, or you know, what kind of bullets are you shooting?" And you know, you can upload pictures to it. I think you can upload some videos to it, but there's a lot of different groups up on the Reloaders Network Discord, and Bacon right there just put it in there. Was he able to post that, Jamie? He should have been able.
What's that?
The Discord link.
I got it up there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but Bald, it's like a chat server, so to speak, but it's a lot of us utilize it. I do. I'm on there almost every day, just you know, scrolling. Sometimes you'll get a mention, someone to ask you something, so.
My wife calls my house Discord. God, Al, come on, big guy.
Reloader 762. Thank you, brother, for posting that. So yeah, that link is out there. If anyone hasn't joined, you can join it. And you can check it out and see how you like it, or see if it works for you. It works for me.
I got something down and everything. Okay. Yeah, I'll sign into that. I'll keep the window open.
I still have to get acquainted with Discord.
It's a little like everything, like reloading. It's a learning curve, but when you start playing with it, I've learned how to utilize it fairly easier now.
Hey, OCD is selling a 6.5 Grendel upper. And ever since I saw X-Ring shooting his, it kind of piqued my interest.
Hey, Rigby.
Oh, Lord. What do you have, sweetheart? You have a muted computer is what you have.
Oh, is she a 17%er, or it may be 18%er now? Is she a left-handed?
I don't know.
She got a right finger.
The computer with the water gun. Let me have it for a minute. We've been shooting at each other all afternoon. So take off in there and go see Mimi.
Jamie, we're going to have to get Rigby over here and swim in the pool.
She's kind of short, Kyle. I'm kind of worried about it. We'll get her water wings. Yeah, we need to get together, guys. We got some stuff we need to take care of. So, for our first anniversary doing this, we had a giveaway, and there's Willie. And we just hadn't done anything for our second anniversary.
I think it's because it showed up before anybody knew it was coming.
I know, right? I just can't hardly believe that we've been doing this for 2 years. All right.
Oh, quit giggly wiggling.
Take that.
Yeah, because it showed up doing all of this other mess. You know what I mean? So it definitely went past us real quick because everyone was, worrying about their not worrying, taking care of their families and taking care of their affairs to get, this whole thing has hit everyone hard. So
I like the way you put that, Chico.
Yeah. So, but it did. I know we were talking about that when they was like, hold up, did we miss our own anniversary? It was like, yeah, we did.
So another since we're talking about that, Ball and Curse has been doing some live streams. Have you settled on a night and a time?
Not really. I mean, whatever I did was kind of spur of the moment so far. So not really. My life is kind of hectic between, especially now, the shooting season's finally starting, the matches, and being self-employed and whatnot. Like, I can have a week that I got nothing to do, and then next month, like, I can't stop. So it's kind of hard for me to do like.
I totally remember that era. You're so busy running all over here and there and everywhere, and then you finally get a couple of days off, and you're like, I got to do something.
Yeah, now I got a big pile of I got to split. So
yeah, you can't just enjoy it. I kind of like having nothing to do.
Well, I was just going to say that if and when you settle on a day and a time and all that, let us know so we can be sure to plug you and send as much traffic over there as we can, because we got to stay united in this. We're seeing the world go crazy around us, and the stuff that's going on in Minneapolis and Seattle right now is just, and we don't do politics, but sometimes politics is too big not to talk about. And, somebody told me, I think my wife told me, that They have 6 blocks cordoned off, and the police department and the town hall is in the center of that. 7.
It's 7 now. I don't understand how the hell this happened, and there is no logical reason to me why it should still be an issue. This is not your land, not your property. You know, the first thing you did was set up walls and have to check your ID to get in and out of it. Well, what's wrong with the voting booth down there? Why can't we have IDs down there? Shutting up.
Yeah, well, it's like this. You talk about that kind of uprising. You want to see that kind of uprising down here in Georgia? Let them not start playing football at the end of August to begin.
You got to let them dogs loose, big boy.
You got to, man.
Hey, real men play hockey.
Whatever.
I tell you what,
Zamboni.
I tell you what, Bald. You come down here in December and January, and you find us a frozen lake, and we'll play.
Although I will tell you this, I had a friend of mine that had season tickets to the Atlanta Knights, and he would invite me and my children, and we would all go down there together, and that is some of the most entertainment I've ever seen in my life. You go there to watch a wrestling match, and a hockey game breaks out.
Yep. There's constant
about it. My son's sitting there with a pamphlet. That's icing. He can't do that. And he was like 6 years old. But yeah, it's very entertaining. I will give you that.
Big Al, you're so funny. You're so funny.
I was actually in Minneapolis last year, end of the year, and I was I was in Minnesota. I was touring the Anderson Window Factory, and then they took us one night. They took us to Minneapolis to arena to watch the Minnesota Wilds game, and I watched the game from like owner's box. That's the only way to watch the game. You got like catering, and they bring beer and cake, ice cream, and whatever you want, food. It was like, holy crap, you're not like. I went to Madison Square Garden for Rangers a couple of years ago for my kid's birthday, and my kid's big, so we literally had to sit like this, staggered, because shoulder to shoulder we would not fit in the seats. Just no freaking way. When I dropped my phone, it went down like 5 rows. I'm like, hey, you, get my phone, please. I had a beer in my hand, and you're sitting like this, okay? I kid you not, you're sitting like this, like, there's no cup holders. Where am I gonna put my beer? So finally, after the break, like guy next to me left, so we had like 2 extra seats. So I like flop over one seat. I was like, okay, now I can actually sit it. And we had a pretty good seats. I mean, they were like $120 a ticket. Not a cheap place. I handed my kid $50. I'm like, go get yourself a snack and whatever you want. He came back with a drink, pizza, and he handed me back $10.
I was about to say, he came back with a pretzel and a water. Oh.
I'm going to tell my age right here. There used to be a commercial a long time ago, and it said, they said, at McDonald's, you can get 2 hamburgers, an order of fries, and a Coke, and change back from your dollar. Yeah. Anybody remember that one?
Age.
In history class, yes, I remember.
All right, everybody's on my backside. I'm going to take my ball and go home here.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm getting attacked
when a Big Mac was 69 cents.
I'm getting attacked for.
I didn't realize they had the Mickey D's back in the 1800s.
Well, Mickey D's was actually founded in 1796.
That ain't what I heard, but yeah.
Oh, best way to clean brass, wet or dry? I must say, in my professional medical opinion, and I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV, I'm going to say wet tumbling is the best way to go.
100%. That's the only way. No doubt, no BS. It just gets it nice and clean. Takes an hour. I tried all these different. I still have the ultrasonic. If you want to spend the money for that and chemicals and whatnot, you can't do the volume you can do in the wet tumbling. Wet tumbling is the way to go. 100%.
It may take a little bit of time because you have to look into drying it. And if you use the stainless steel pins, you got to separate all that. So there's a little bit of time involved. But hey, the sun comes up every day. Wash them overnight, spread it out on the picnic table in the backyard, and let it dry the next day, and you're golden. But it gets it much cleaner, much quicker.
Yeah, problem with that is in certain months, if I do that, all I'm gonna find is a block of ice up here. So I usually
we don't have that problem down here. Our problem is running out of water after it's sealed. It gets so damn hot that it evaporates.
Yeah, I just spread mine on the towel in the garage and leave it there for 2 days, whatever.
Yeah, I just put mine on the picnic table by the pool, and after about 2 hours, it's good to go. Run over it with the little magnet and get the pins up if I use the pins. Sometimes I don't even use the pins.
Russ, I know you're kidding, right? That's about as funny as Big Al saying we play flag football in Georgia while he's living in Oklahoma.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I know, man. I think we had that game a couple of 3 years ago, didn't we?
What is wrong with you, Big Al? Oh, yep, sure. All right. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
Russ, I don't think I'd be doing that, man.
The side chat has gone straight to hell.
Yeah, if you let me have them crayons, Big Al, I'll write your phone number down.
I like the grape flavored crayons.
Easy now.
Only some of y'all will get that.
Yeah, I also wet tumble. I do have a dry tumbler though, but I prefer the wet tumbling to keep down the dust and keep the airborne particles out of my lungs and my reloading area. So I like the wet tumbling also.
So Lakeview, you need to do a video about that universal seating die. And Willie seriously says, and he ain't kidding, the birds hollers brass off.
They do.
He can't put them outside to dry in the sun. Yeah. And I think Scotsman uses a different method.
Yeah, I use Sonic Cleaner. One of the biggest reasons I use Sonic Cleaner, a couple reasons. One, that's how I started with it. But two, I really don't have a whole lot of space to deal with trying to mess around with transferring from back and forth and separating pins. I mean, I got the pins to do it at some point, but I just haven't done it yet.
Well, I can see his point. When you're in like an apartment or whatnot, then yeah, I just go in the backyard. I dump the water, do all the stuff right there. So it's sprayed over with a garden hose, clean it. In the winter, I do it in a shower, and wife gets mad.
Oh yeah, it's real quick. I mean, just you let them spin for a little bit with a little dish soap, and if you want to put Lemmy Shine in there, you can. I've got a big bag of citric acid. I just put like a dash of citric acid in there and just let it eat. And then they just rinse everything off and dump it out on a towel and run it over with a magnet, get all your stuff, and they are beautifully, perfectly clean.
Well, it's the citric acid that makes the most of the cleaning, the shyness. I put whatever kind of lemon kind of product I can find. I liberally dump it in there, put it down, and let it go for about an hour, and then I just use a media separator.
This looks like a brand new off factory shelf 308 case.
Yep.
And it's been sitting on the floor for 2 months. It was that clean. Wet tumbling is the way to go. That's me. I mean, you can tumble for about 7 hours in a dry media tumbler, whether you use corn cob or walnut or whatever. But you can tumble it in a wet tumbler for an hour and you're done. It seems simple to me.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're loud, but get a bigger speaker for your damn laptop so you can hear your music and you don't even notice it.
I just leave mine in the garage, so I don't even hear it.
GDW.
Yeah, I put mine on the back.
Got a good point. He don't use pins in his wet tumbler, and I think Bacon did a series of videos, or at least one video about not using those, and yeah, it's. I can see where that would save a lot of time.
I don't use them every time. Like when I go to the shooting property and pick up everybody else's brass that has been driven over and, all that stuff, because there's a hunting club that uses the property and all that. But I'll pick up all their brass too because I'm, not partial. But if it's really scuzzy brass, been outside in the rain, and it's discolored and all that stuff, I'll throw a handful of the pins in there because they do serve their purpose. But if you have fairly clean brass to begin with, it just went through your gun, you really don't need it.
The pins are more for like a cleaning the primer pockets if you have it deprimed already, and it actually helps like a deburring and gets inside, so it makes it a little bit nicer. But like you said, if the brass is fairly, just once fired or something, then
yeah. I put a video out a couple of years ago when I first got the wet tumbler, and I was using it to chamfer and deburr all my cases. I would trim them and size them and all that stuff, and then just put them back in the tumbler. You ain't got chamfer, you ain't got deburr, you ain't got to do nothing. Just run it through the damn tumbler. It works great.
Yep.
Yeah, so Big Al's set up. He said he likes all our North and South Carolina, Georgia, and all that. Let me tell y'all something about Georgia. We've got two nicknames. We're called the Empire State of the South, and they call us the Peach State. But I don't know if y'all know this, but South Carolina actually outproduces Georgia in peaches.
They got better damn tasting peaches, too.
Well, it's not called the Peach State because of the peaches.
Right.
I would have to agree with that.
There's a different kind of peach.
I went to the local little farmer's market here, and she's been in business forever, and she's got this big table full of South Carolina peaches. I'm like, what are you doing with South Carolina peaches, Debbie? We're in Georgia. You should have Georgia peaches. She said, I have South Carolina peaches because South Carolina peaches are good. And she wasn't wrong. They were some good peaches.
Now I'll say by far we got the best pecans. So I'd have to throw that in there. But you're right about the peaches. Our peaches are not all that.
They hadn't been good for several years. There's always something. Either it freezes early in the year, or it's a drought, or this or that. There's always something that makes Georgia peaches just they ain't got no flavor. None.
It's not.
Y'all are just eating the wrong Georgia peach.
You got to go to the city of Atlanta for the ones with the flavor cow. That's the thing.
Is that what it is?
That is not true. It ain't just the blondes, cranky. It's the brunettes, the redheads, all of them.
Just need to walk up to that tree and smack that peach, and then you wake up in court.
Yeah.
And let me say this to you, Russ. Yoga pants don't lie, brother.
You know, yoga pants season in Georgia is probably one of the best seasons there is.
Sometimes depends on where you're at. I can agree with that, and I can also make very valid points that disagree with that. Who the hell let you out of the house in them? Ain't you got a mama?
Do y'all ever look at that people at Walmart thing?
Oh, God. My dad used to be a store manager at Walmart for about 15 years. I've seen, and this is just shit on his phone. I've seen so much shit. You ever played Walmart bingo?
No, I had a point. My point was those people that are on there actually looked at themselves in the mirror and said, "Yeah, this looks good."
Oh boy, I don't know if that's entirely true, but I won't argue with you. How about that?
Well, they thought they looked good when they left the house.
What I'm saying is, I don't think they looked at themselves in the mirror.
Well, there you go. Hey.
Well, right now we have to wear the mask when you go to the store. So somewhere up in the attic, I have this old helmet that looks like a what's that transformer that turns into a truck?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus, yeah, it's like his head, right? And it fits over my head, and it has a button. You press the button, and when you talk, it makes your voice sound like him. And I rarely go to a store. Okay, my kid works in a store, so I usually just text him what I need. I was gonna get somebody to follow me with the camera and go to the store, put that thing on, and walk around the store like that, because that's considered a mask.
God,
You should do some range time with that mask on.
That's not a bad idea.
I totally do that.
I always mess around with the women at work. We're all friends, and all of their husbands and me are friends. You know, we have a really tight community at work, and I'll just be sitting there going, "I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time." You remember Inspector Gadget? You always had the little Dr. Evil or whatever it was at the end of it. Next time. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. Whatever.
Even better than peach cobbler are the fried pies.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Chico, I blew you up, man.
He gone.
Sound like a bartender. Y'all get me hungry again. I'll just say.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Cranky made a good point down there. We definitely are known for our. I'm lagging.
Some Vide onions are top notch. They're world class.
Yep, you ain't wrong, Russ.
Problem is that tornado went through there and killed a bunch of them 100-year-old pecan trees. Yes, and Carter does. Love them Vidalia onions.
Oh, you mean the exquisite Vidalia onions? That's what somebody. When I lived out in Vegas, we have an exquisite Vidalia onion soup. I went, do what? I said, you mean Vidalia? He goes, no, it's pronounced Vidalia. I'm like, no, it's not.
You ain't from around here, are you?
Right. I said, I'm from Georgia.
Right.
It's pronounced Vidalia.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, whack, whack.
Quack, quack.
Affleck.
Some peach chutney on the side. That'll work good.
Yeah, she's only about a week old.
What you doing with a duck, man?
Well, I have a incubator over there. I have a couple of eggs in there, and this one hatched about a week ago.
I mean, are you getting eggs and stuff, or
Yeah, we got a couple of ducks, you know.
Okay. I had
another one
like that. Yeah.
I had another one that was like a month old, and a freaking male duck drowned her while he's trying to hump her in the freaking pool. That wasn't funny.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know if you were getting ducks out of them or not, or I didn't know what you were doing.
Nah, it was a whole quarantine project.
My son just showed up behind me and he goes, "Is that a duck?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, I didn't know if you were if you were using them for eggs or what you were doing. So,
I mean, eggs, the pets. You know, the male dog, I almost killed him. I was if I would catch him when I found out what he did, he'd be on a freaking tan.
No,
like a
that's
good
no
story.
Listen at that.
I've been hearing that all night, and I've been wondering what the heck it was.
Yeah, she's in the bin with the light on still. So she wants attention.
Oh, good Lord. We have Duckville, Missouri. He had to chime in. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So we had a pretty good 350 Legend workshop last Saturday. It was really fun to be on there with Willie and PC Bullet Empire and Ocean 374, and we were hoping that Kenny would get to join us, but he didn't get to make it.
I still hadn't seen your latest video that you dropped today. Would you stop?
Good night, Bacon. I can't even get a. There he is. So Insight joined us. Hey, Scott, hope you're doing good. Drive safe, brother.
So when are we going to replan our Dead Zero meetup?
We're working on that.
When you start talking about that?
Yeah, we gotta send some emails.
I know Scott's been calling and working on it. So as soon as we get a date, we'll let you know.
All right. Some of us need to give our employers a little bit of heads up.
Well, I don't see how they can keep us pushed back much longer. And right now is not the time of year to go do that.
No, it's not.
Well, they just reopened where you can have more than 10 people all together. So I know that the state just opened that up here not too long ago. So
should we push for September-ish?
It's in the works.
Yeah, the toward the end of September would be.
I'm trying to get before the fall aspect because I know they have a big tourist thing with the trees changing colors and all that stuff. Would like to get in there before that, so we're not impeding on any of that business for them. But I would love to go over there and just overtake that motel.
Well, we had like 24, 25 people committed to coming.
I'm ready to go. All I have to do is just throw the shit in the truck. And if you want to stop by here, I'll just throw the stuff in your car.
Yeah, we can do that.
It ain't nothing to me. I'm ready to go. I'll sit back and load up 25 or 50 rounds of whatever.
Yeah, Russ, that time of the year, by the time deer season opens for firearms, they won't have our rooms. We won't have a place to stay because that's their peak tourist season up there is when the leaves are changing colors. So
I want to get in there before that, yeah.
I want end of September, the last week of September, the first week of October would be perfect.
Yeah.
Or hopefully Bald and Curious can come and join us.
Georgia, that's a long freaking drive.
It ain't Georgia, it's Tennessee, sir.
Oh, it's even worse.
No, it's not. It's closer.
Jesus Christ.
It's a little further over, but
where in Tennessee? Give me some kind of location.
Dead Zero Shooting Park.
What
is it, about 70 miles southeast of Asheville?
Spencer, Tennessee.
Yeah, Spencer, Tennessee. Hell, you can hit the ride with Cranky. Cranky's gonna come, or he said he is.
OCD don't get out much, does he? Thorzax, we wished you could too.
I sure do, Dave. It'd be nice to actually bullshit with you in person.
Thanks, Insight.
That's not as bad. It's only 14 hours.
See, it's only 14 hours.
And Cranky said, "Oh hell yeah, I'm going." So Insight's gonna reach out to them again, and they'll probably give us a book of dates to possibly choose from, and then we got to work that out with the lodging to make sure they're open because most of y'all know they still have our money. They still have my money. Well, they still have our money. So they just pushed it back. But like Kyle said, we want to get up there before that big change of the leaves because they will be pretty packed.
Well, yeah, that's their tourist season and all.
Yeah, because of the mountain.
What the hell are you talking about, Big Al? I ain't got no light going on and off behind me. And my pantry's, it's way over there. I'm on the back porch.
Oh, Big Al, you're always invited, brother. We'd love to have you. Spencer, Bald and Curious. So at Dead Zero Shooting Range, or Shooting Park, rather, they opened up a 1,000-yard rifle range. And last year they opened it up, and we were like one of the first ones to utilize it. And it's pretty amazing. But they do a lot of they do a lot of competitions at that facility. So
okay,
they do. They have a huge competition.
Okay, Big Al, let me set the record straight right here, and I think Chico and Kyle and Scotsman and Bald and Curious will also agree with me. If you can hear us right now, you are invited to come to Dead Zero to shoot with us. And even if you can't hear us right now, you're still invited. So there.
Yeah, my neighbor, what I shoot at that sand pit, he just bought 30 acres in Tennessee. It's with the house, but he's gonna knock the house down, rebuild it. But he's talking like it's a retirement kind of thing. And I like hope it's gonna be a long time before he retire because I hate to lose that sand pit before I'm ready to get out of the state.
Yeah, you up in New York, so you kind of trapped.
It was
well, you know what? I got 3 more years for my daughter to finish the high school, and then we'll see.
Well, the dirty South welcomes you, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'd
The
love to
thing
have
was, a lot of us, well, I can speak for me, but a lot of us had never shot long range. So that was our opportunity to get out there and shoot. You know, down here in Georgia, we probably got 300, 400 at the most in some places, unless you got a lot of acreage. But for a lot of us, I mean, we had people come from Illinois. MCK came from where's MCK at?
We had Indiana, Illinois,
Indiana,
Tennessee. Of course, we had Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah. So I mean, it was
a
nice,
great weekend.
It definitely
we had a great. It was awesome.
Well, I never shot long distance, never shot past 100 yards until 2 years ago when I went to SHOT Show. And we went out to the desert, and the X-Ring took out his rifle. He zeroed it at 100 yards with 3 shots, and on his 5th shot, connected at 1,200 yards, 18 by 30-inch piece of steel, at 25 mile an hour crosswinds.
As long as you know what the bullet's doing, you can dial it in.
So I was like, man, I'm hooked. You know, that's after that I bought that RPR and started messing around with it a little bit. You know, I mean, it's you know,
it's
fun. I got that 6.5 Creedmoor I put together. It's just itching to stretch its legs, man. It hasn't gone past 300 yards yet.
Good night.
What was the most fun was everybody that didn't have a rifle that was set up for long range shooting everybody else's rifles that were connecting, but they'd see the ding and be like, that's right. I mean, it was a great time. It really was.
Yeah, it was. So
yeah, and they got a lot of technology out there. So when you shoot, if you shoot their paper target that they have set up, then you can see your group size and everything instantly.
Yeah, with their electronic targets, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And it tells you everything about. I mean, it tells you the group size, the velocity, I mean, you name it, you could think of it. It'll give you the standard deviation if you shoot more than one shot. It's incredible. And it's all on an iPad right there beside your bench. Right there,
like shooting through a chronograph at 1,000 yards.
that's actually excellent because it gives you a lot of data. And
there's a lot of data in there.
All the shooting is based on your data. Once you figure out all your drops and all that, then it's it's all just a math. Especially if you have it these days with the computers, with the phones. I mean, for crying out loud, the phone I got in my hand. I started with the computers when I was in high school. Okay, the first computer that I worked on that we did had like a 10,000 square foot building, and it was like joke compared to what you got right now on the phone. So yeah, we went a long way. Makes it all a lot easier.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and the place that we're staying at is. Hell, that's 90% of the fun right there. I mean, it's a great place. Everybody just hangs out, and hell, we had what did we have, Jamie? 5 different people on our Georgia live stream from remote locations, which were room 14, room 15, out in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was really fun to do our Friday night live stream from up there.
One of the comments was, wait a minute, are y'all all at the same place? Because everybody kept seeing Scott inside Freedom run up behind everybody and go, hey. I said, wait a minute, y'all are all in the same place. Yes, we are. And it was great.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Val, let me tell you, this place we stay at is a little old-timey motel. It's like something off of Route 66 on the movies Cars.
Yeah, it reminds me of Radiator Springs from the movie
Just,
Cars.
it's just a good old boy and his wife. He'll talk your ear off, man. You'll try to walk away and you'll never get away. Because I just got one more story for you.
All I want is a bag of ice, man.
It takes you 10 minutes just to buy a 6-pack.
Oh, it's great. Oh, God, that was such a great time. It really was.
One of my takeaways from the whole experience was that everybody you meet is just exactly like they seem on their videos. Everybody's just as genuine as they can be. So, GGW, if you're 34 hours away, what part of the world do you live in, buddy?
34 hours.
Probably up in Alaska.
He said that earlier. And
Are you riding a bicycle?
One thing that I really did like
You want
doing,
to pick you up, man? We can pick you up.
yeah,
I
welcome.
really liked putting a face with MCK's hands, because you always just see his hands in his video.
Yeah, when Mark came up and he's like, "Hey, I'm Mark," I'm like, "Hold on, talk again." Okay, I got you. MCK.
Yeah. Nathan was with me. He goes, "Who the hell's this guy?" I was like, "I don't know yet."
Oh, no wonder he's in California, y'all.
34 hours. Good Lord. You must be in very north, like Redlands, California or something.
I was thinking very, very south.
No, it's quicker. I'm thinking he's in Northern California.
So,
I just need to fly yourself out, man, and someone will pick you up.
Bald, you can catch a ride with Cranky. That would probably be, I would want to be a fly on that wall.
Well, actually, other way around, he can catch a ride with me because I'm north of him.
Sacramento. I don't know where that. I guess that's kind of.
That's kind of central-ish.
Yeah.
No, a little north. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Are they allowed to have guns in Sacramento?
Hell no.
I know if you really work at it, you can make it from Santa Rosa, New Mexico to my house in 21 hours. But you got to really work at it.
Yeah, that's where the cooler full of water and depends.
No, actually, the cooler was just full of beer.
Okay.
I'd get done driving, then have a few beers, take a nap, and I'd wake up and kick Dad out of the driver's seat. He'd go over there and drink a few beers. Next thing you know, hell, we're home.
So y'all live close to Willie.
Why on earth was I in Santa Rosa? I was driving back from Las Vegas.
Driving back from Las Vegas.
I used to live out there.
That's kind of like that Charlie Daniels song. Next time I go to LA, I'm going through Omaha.
Via Omaha. That time I came back via I-40, and we stopped in Santa Rosa and had the best enchiladas I've ever had in my life. The next time that I came back from Las Vegas, we came back 80 or 70, and visited Moab and Arches National Park and all that stuff. The scenery. Didn't know you lived out there. Yes, sir. I lived out in Vegas for I had a great job. I made some fine money out in Vegas, and I lived out there for about 6 years. But then my ex-wife would not let me be able to visit my children without me having to fly back to Georgia. So the only good thing in Santa Rosa, that damn enchilada house. But yeah, my ex-wife would not let me have visitation with my children the way that it was supposed to be. So I moved back to Georgia. And now I got both my kids right inside that door. So
That's good.
There you go. There you go.
I was actually surprised by Vegas because 2 years ago when I went for the SHOT Show, the only thing I saw was a strip. This year, when we went with my wife, we actually took a trip to Hoover Dam. We did some sightseeing and all that. So then
did you go to Red Rock Canyon?
What?
Did you go to Red Rock
Canyon? Didn't do the Grand Canyon. Didn't get to that.
No, not the Grand Canyon. Red Rock Canyon.
No.
It's right outside of Vegas, out there past the Bass Pro Shops and the Silverton Casino on Blue Mound Road.
Yeah, didn't get to that. We only had like.
You shoulda. That's some beautiful scenery right there, brother. And
then next year.
Valley of Fire National Park, which is around Lake Mead. That's a killer place. There's still a bunch of old Indian caveman drawings and shit like that inside of caves and stuff. It's a cool place.
Hey, I plan on coming back, so
Valley of Fire is a day-long event.
I'll keep that in mind. We did see Lake Mead on the way to the Hoover Dam and all that, so that was impressive. It was you know what, I was with the wife, so let's do a little sightseeing, but we only had like basically 2 days.
You also need to go to Red Rock Canyon. It's worth the drive. It's just right outside of town. And if you want to, go to the top of the mountain, Mount Charleston.
Okay.
That's the big ass mountain that always has snow on top of it. You're sitting there in 115 degrees, and you look up there and there's snow. That's that mountain.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, they have a ski lodge and all that. Yep. Yeah.
You need to go up there. It's nice. There's a lot of trails and stuff. Y'all can. There's easy and there's waterfalls and all kinds of stuff that you can go see.
Okay, but this is a reloading show. It's not a tourism show, and we're losing viewers like Grant took Richmond. So, Kyle, what's your favorite 9mm load? We were talking about that.
I like my 115 cast bullet with about 3.3 grains of tight group.
I think tight group is pretty much unanimous for 9mm. I really like it in 9mm.
I love tight group. I bought an 8-pound jug of it. I've still got a whole bunch of it, and I load and shoot a lot of 9mm, 40, 45. That's pretty much my go-to for pistols until we're talking 44 Magnums. Hell, 44 Specials I use tight group in.
Now, 40 and 45, I like power pistol. All right, Bald and Curious. Favorite 9mm load?
Right now I'm using Vidavori because that's what I had on hand. But generally, it's either Shooter's World, Power Shot, or tight group. Tight group mostly about 3.2 on the 147 grain pill. That's my go-to load.
When you're talking Vidavori, are you talking what is it? 3821 or N 338?
Yeah, right now what I'm using is 3 and 38 because that's just I had leftover from something else and worked out the load and it works just fine. Vidavori is nice powder, but it's expensive. You gotta use more. I'm using 5 grains, so you're not getting as much out of the pound. And but the nice thing about it burns cleaner. The only downsides of a tight group I found out it burns really hot, and it kind of cakes in. So depending on the pistol, it's a little harder to clean, because it kind of that powder, that residue kind of cakes on the barrel, so you got to scrub a little more. But
actually, I have to. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. It burns really clean in my M&Ps and also my Glock too. I haven't had any problems at all with it.
Well, Glock you don't have to clean at all.
Well, you don't have to clean it, but but the M&Ps, you just run a swab down the barrel and you're done. Nothing. You ain't got to do any scrubbing or.
Well, the barrel itself is never really an issue. My point is more if you look around the breech face and all that, you got to scrub it a little more. Or for example, like Grand Power, it has a internal extractor, so you have to take it out, and you got to clean it a lot more often using this powder or opposed to something else. That's what I'm talking about.
I've never thought of it as being a dirty powder.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting comment that you made there. I haven't experienced that. It's weird.
Yeah, but a 40-45 power pistol is a good powder for that as well. I've been running power pistol in the 40 when I run my limited gun.
I ran my 4-pound jug out and haven't been able to find one since. So I went back to tight group.
So Thorzak, you got me all excited there, brother. I thought you was type 277 instead of 227. I was going to say, I need some 270 bullets. That's a different animal. So, Chico, you're liking the 124s with 3 grains of tight group?
I think he's
no. My one, I run 3.84 grains of tight group. Can y'all hear me? I'm having some issues. If you can hear me, I like the 124 Acme's with 3.8 to 4 grains of tight group.
Yeah, I thought 3 grains sounded a little light, but
I go a little low and slow. It works for me.
I like that 120, 124 grain, and I use tight group on. There we go.
Oh man, you have it all nicely typed up. Mine has a piece of tape and handwritten.
I just got a note in my damn loading manual. I think mine's 3.5 or 3.2 or 3.5, and it's 115 grain.
So let me go back to this. And Scotsman, we're coming to you next, so get your little book out.
I don't need my book. I know.
All right, PC Bullet Empire, you can have all of my Remington primers, buddy.
Yeah, okay. He brought you up in one of his previous videos, too.
He did. He knows I don't like Remington primers, but, and it's like I say all the time, if you have a whole if you have a bad experience with something, then you're going to remember that. And we're all about telling people about bad stuff, but not so much the good stuff. So anyway, go ahead, Scotsman.
For me, it's a 124 grain bullet with 5.3 grains of power pistol.
That's a pretty damn good load. That's about what I was running with power pistol.
Yeah. It runs excellent in all my CZs and can't complain.
Yeah, power pistol's a great powder. It's clean burning. You can run 500 to 1,000 rounds through a pistol, and it's not even dirty. I mean, you can tell you shot it, but
excuse me, pardon me.
Hurt you.
So
Yeah, pistols are easy. You can use just about any powder for pistols, especially like a 9mm, 40-45. It's like, any shotgun powder will work. Hell, you can run universal.
Right. I've done that.
yeah, I've been loading a lot of 40 cal Smith and Wesson lately, and it seemed like I was using about 5 point something of power pistol in that, or maybe it was that 800X. I think I used some of that 800X. Some of those I did. I used both. I used power pistol for some. Of course, I loaded up about 500 of them.
Depending on the bullet size, like for around 180 grain, 5 point anything seems a little high with power pistol. I think my load was 4.7 for 180 grains.
Well, I would look it up, but I got it wrote down in my book.
Right.
So yeah, HS6 sounds interesting.
Well,
HS7. That was my very first 4-pound jug. Actually,
HS6 makes really good powder if you're loading for open gun, and that's a completely different animal because you're filling up the 9mm case almost completely, and then you're putting the freaking bullet and you're compressing the load.
Yep.
You're talking like 6-7 grains of freaking powder. I mean, literally fills up the entire case.
Well, that 800X was a lot bigger and fluffier than I was expecting when I started putting it in 40 cal. So
loading for open gun makes a whole different animal because you don't really have data for it. No, because you're exceeding all the safety specs and all that. So it's
you're going
rely on
beyond
people.
yeah, we got Tim and his dots. All right, Chico, we're getting close to time, buddy. You want to run down the side chat again, and we'll start saying our goodbyes?
Yeah, let me go back to the. I don't know. It's not timestamp, but my last refresh is Big Al GGW Reloading, Lakeview Outdoors, Thor's X OCD Outdoors, Texarkana American Reloader, JCM 45. Oh, that was a minute because I think he left. But anyway, Cranky Cletus, Chris 338, Russ Brumbelow, Big Al, Jerry 1911, Appalachian Reloader, Uncle John, MCK, Willie Bullet Man.
Chill out.
Bald and Curious is on the panel. PC Bullet Empire. Duckville, Missouri. Paul Loud. Leverguns 50. Preacher's Day Off. G Pensioner, Andy 79, Z28. Let's see. Lowe's of Bacon was here with us. Insight Freedom. Let's see. Thor's X, if I didn't say him already. I'm scrolling. Hidden Steel CA, there we go. JCM 45. I'm scrolling. I don't want to miss anyone. Reloader 762, Raleigh. And I believe that is it. Let me go through this participants list real quick. Big Al, GGW, James Pollard. See, I missed one. Jerry 1911, MCK, Raleigh, Texarkana, Thor's X, West Covina Dodge, and Willie Bulletman. This is crazy because the participants list only shows 12 people, but the actual chat shows 34 of y'all. But so that is what I deal with, or what we deal with anytime we're doing like calling you guys out and saying thank you for joining us. But we really do appreciate it. We got 6 minutes. I don't have anything too much planned, but I got a lot of powder stuff I need to try. I know we were talking about powders. Tight Group is normally my main powder I try, but I have Shooter's World Ultimate Pistol, Shooter's World Heavy Pistol, Shooter's World. I got a lot of different stuff. I got that 800X, what Jamie was just talking about. I have yet to load up. HS6, all kind of stuff. But I do want to try. I seen an article. I'm gonna say this real quick. I seen an article, I think, on Accurate Shooter. They were talking about. It was an older article. They was talking about bullseye, and they said 4.2 grains of bullseye with any 9mm bullet at one point of time was like perfect. It didn't matter. It was like 4.2 grains of bullseye, 9mm. I want to try that to see. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot of people saying that. So I got a lot of other stuff I want to try, just like most people. So everyone, thanks for joining us for another Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection. We had some issues with our internet tonight, at least I did anyway. But I want to thank Bald and Curious right there for being with us, and Leverguns 50. He was having some issues also. And I want to thank all you guys and girls in the side chat. So that is it for me.
And Sharonda
too. Also, yeah, she was having some issues. So I think it was. I don't think it was to anyone's connection. I think it was something with the internet. Everybody's bandwidth. So we really appreciate it. We will see you guys. Well, that's it for me. American Reloader. Yes, I'm sorry if I missed you, brother. Scotsman, what you got coming up, brother? Or what's your plans for the weekend?
So I need to load up a whole bunch of ammo because Monday after I get done at the immigration is going to be a day of shooting freedom. So we got lots of loading to do over the weekend. And then I hope everyone will join us Sunday for the last foreign and domestic, the last official foreign and domestic.
There you go, Scotsman.
So it's gonna be domestic and domestic. Is that what you're saying?
It's gonna be domesticated foreigner.
Okay, cool, brother.
Well, congratulations, brother. What you got coming up, Mr. Bald and Curious?
Just same old, same old. Gotta do a little work tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get out, do some shooting. You know, got a couple of videos on the guns that I already reviewed, just kind of closer reviews, little long distance shooting, and hopefully next Friday the plan is to go shoot a 1,000-yard range. So if I'll make it back in time, we'll probably talk about it next week if you guys will have me.
Nice.
Great. Thanks for joining us, man. And this is your first time with us. You've been a great guest. Thank you for being here. And the door's open to you, brother.
I appreciate it.
You got my email address now, so don't be a stranger.
You got it.
Kyle, what's going on?
Well, I got a dog that's wanting to bark at everything, but stumbled across a little bit of fat wood.
Nice.
And think I might make a Survival Sunday video. Would you hush? Gosh. Preacher's Day Off's been after me about making a Survival Sunday video. I think I'm going to do something. No, that's mine. Dog wants to get the wood. I think I'm going to have a Survival Sunday video about fat wood, and we'll see what we can do with it. Other than that, it's been a very enjoyable Friday evening. I've had a great time. I hope everybody else had too. And that's about all I got.
Thanks for being here, brother. So I got a new video I put out actually I uploaded it to the Reloaders Network Monday or Tuesday. It went live on YouTube today. So y'all check it out if you get a chance. And, leave us a comment and a like and a subscribe and all that happy crap, because we don't know what's going on in YouTube land anymore. So if y'all check out my video, I appreciate it. Check us out on the Reloaders Network, Headspace, and
Discord.
And check out Foreign and Domestic Sunday nights at 7 o'clock on the Crazy Scotsman channel. And right here is where we'll insert Bald and Curious when he gets his date and time set up, so we can plug him as well. So anyway, thank y'all. We're in touch. Y'all be in touch. Check us out send us an email at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com. Check out Georgia Shooting Connection on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel so you'll get notifications of when we go live or put up the video. We're going to try to start doing some more product review kind of things going on. So we're in touch. Y'all be in touch. I hope God blesses y'all real good. We'll see you next Friday night, if not before. Y'all have a great week.